Cursing.
Should.
Hmm.
Well, I thought it was live. Is it live?
Oh no, my shit just
Not
turned
on
around.
my end.
Not on
It's
my
not
end
on mine.
either. I just refreshed the page and everything turned
And
around.
now it's
Whoa.
live.
It's wrong, isn't it? Yeah, sexy and curvy and stuff. Oof.
Whoa, this is
sexy.
weird.
Here we're gonna give the people a very different here we're gonna give the people what we're talking about.
We're talking about round things, people. You know, all good things are round. You know,
The round things of life.
Yes, everything in life that's good is round. So,
Man, look at
let's think
that Persona 5 logo just to coincide with the release. Wow.
Notice what the Persona 5 logo is doing? It's spinning in a circle. Circles around.
It's a round circle. Discord, the Discord icon. You know what, Q?
I'm telling you.
Might be on something.
I'm telling you, that's how it is, you know? You gotta put on that conspiracy theory, metal hat and everything, the foil hat. Oof,
The tinfoil hat.
Yeah, that's it. That's the point when you're like, yep, yeah, it makes sense. All good things around, you know, pizza, round, you know, yeah, and everyone loves pizza.
I will be back. You guys do what you do the intros, and I'll be back soon. Sorry, chat, I gotta go for a second. Bob's gonna hold it down, and I'll be back.
All right, everyone. Welcome to episode 85 of the HP JRPG podcast. We have an interesting episode for you today. One, of course, it's on a Monday. And two, half the usual suspects ain't here. And three, Daddy Bao is now running the asylum. So,
oh, God.
Mental asylum.
so, let's get into these intros. LP Guardian Q, go ahead.
Oh shit, I'm starting first. You know what? I just want to say thank you to everyone that turned up today. You know, today is the day that we take over. Random shit is gonna happen. You know, as your husbando of dreams. Those of you who were in my stream earlier, you know who you are. Splendiferous. It's all about the splendor tonight. We bought them waifus, and everything good in life is wrong. Just know that, you know?
Oh no.
Lord have mercy. So, Zephyr, go ahead.
Well, I don't know. It's not quite top of that, but happy Halloween, gamers. Glad to be here once again. Glad to just be spending my Halloween night with these beautiful chocolate men, you know? Just like it's gonna be some hot chocolate tonight, guys. I'm excited to be here. Yeah.
Indeed. And it is I, your host, Bao Zakariga, the true JRPG god, welcoming you. And, well, since we don't have too many topics and too many people, for once, let's actually start with what we're playing and go from there. So, Q, what you playing right now?
Oh, God, Lord, the questions for me. Oh, what am I playing?
Get in there, Q.
I forgot Blake isn't here, so I guess I'll do super chats. So, real quick. Sorry, I have to adjust myself.
You gotta do like Blake does it. You gotta be like, you gotta come with an insult, and then you know you gotta be like,
I don't get paid enough for that. So, Cranberry with the $5 donation. I'm here for the arc of Daddy Val. Let's go, yes sir.
You're gonna be hosted and doing super chats, man. You really earn your keep this week, pal.
Indeed,
resourceful. You know, that's what I'm saying. That's how you become a top tier husbando. You know, when you can do everything. It ain't so.
Gotcha.
Say it ain't so, but. That being said, what am I playing actually? Well, right now at this particular point in time, as we're doing the podcast, I've got eFootball on the PlayStation 5. You know,
football.
Yes, football.
This is a JRPG podcast.
Oh, I think he meant soccer, Bal.
Where you know your boy lives in the UK.
I am familiar with soccer. I am.
Soccer is an American sport, you know, from the US that's played by Nancy's and dandy peoples, like, you know. And when I say that, I mean people who, as soon as they touch the ball, they fall over and cry. Now, real football that is played in Europe and the rest of the world is manly and super cool. All right, so I'm just saying, you know. Y'all don't have real. What's this yawning going on here?
Oh, sorry. He's still going on about sports. Woof. Oh man. What is this, the HPMP podcast or the ESPN podcast? I just don't
Oof.
understand.
You know, I'm a huge ESPN fan. Like
Oh
literally,
my
Oh my
god!
God.
Don't you can't just
What?
admit that.
Anyway,
constantly on my kitchen tablet. I have a Google tab in the kitchen. When I go in there to cook food, which I cooked a splendiferous meal for dinner tonight. You know, some pilau. Those of you who know what pilau is, you know what good stuff is. But yeah, I made a pilau and I had ESPN on the tablet. Yeah, so it's beautiful. But you know, all jokes aside, what I'm actually playing is I've got this game on the Switch that I need to play. I think it's called Moonscar or something. Oh, the game looks awesome. It's like a 2D sort of like Souls-like game, and I got it for review, and I've been meaning to like hop into it for a minute, but I've been busy. As for what I'm streaming, I've been streaming Pokemon Sword, still playing that thing because everyone's convinced I don't finish games, so I'm finishing that shit just to prove them wrong. So yeah, that's
that
pretty
game's
much
like
it.
2 hours. How have you not finished
It's
it?
every Pokemon game is around 30 hours. It
I
can
took
take
like 10 hours
time.
to beat Sword and Shield.
Oh my god.
It was
Wow.
a 10.
Did you skip all the dialogue and run through it?
Bro,
That's
what
pretty much what
dialogue? What dialogue?
You skipped the dialogue in Pokemon games,
Oh
Zafer?
my
Say it ain't so.
I was reading that shit, but it was like me. Oh man, that story was garbaggio. Oh my god.
Oh, you know what? Like for me, I find the story is not too bad. I'm not sold on anything really. You know, I mean, I've found a couple waifus in there, so it's all good. You know.
Oh my.
Be waifu in these Pokemon waifus. I have to say, I kind of am a bit regretful, you know, because I wanted Sword and I got Sword, but the problem is that once I got Sword, I realized that there was a problem in the, you know, there was a darkness in the Force, and essentially, the evil people at the Pokemon Company have decided that essentially they're gonna like hide certain gym leaders in certain games, and there's a quality waifu gym leader in Pokemon Shield that is not in Sword, the Ice gym leader, and they just give us a bando.
Oh my god.
Real quick, we have a donation from Sebastian. Shout out to all. Busy right now, but some reminders. Support everyone here. Q has to play Valkyrie Elysium, buy Pikmin 4, and don't buy Sonic.
Don't buy
Sebastian,
Sonic.
You are a wise man, Sebastian. Thank
Sebastian, thanks for the support, but Sonic, hey, turn it down. Turn it down.
You know what? I will get Valkyrie Elysium on sale because like I ain't spending full price on that unless of course someone's paying for it. You know, if someone wants to donate towards a Valkyrie Elysium fund, then fine, I'll play that thing. But right now with the cost of living and everything, you know, we in Europe kind of struggling. You know what I'm just saying? I don't know about you guys in the US, but it's a bit different over here. So
It's pretty rough over here too.
So anyways, Zafer, what are you playing at the moment?
Well, I just finished playing the classic Phantasy Star quadrilogy. So now I've been just playing a few. I played a few shorter games, replayed some old classics. Classic Sonic's always my go-to. You know, did the rounds there, but I started up my first Sakura Wars game, So Long My Love, the first English release. I've done the first 2 chapters, and bro, that shit is bussin'. I was kind of not expecting it to be like this good, but I'm really enjoying it. I was either gonna start with that one or the PS4 reboot, but I'm glad I started with this one. Get a good idea of how the series started. I'm having a great time. I really like it, and yeah, that's kind of been what I've been up to. I think that's. Oh, also Puyo Puyo Tetris. There it is. That's like my relax game, I guess. But yeah.
Nice. Always nice to hear some Sakura Wars love.
Yeah.
So for me, I have been playing primarily actually a Fire Emblem hack called Fire Emblem Vision Quest. And I started on a whim just because I heard about it, and I just had to keep playing it because it is phenomenal. If you want a good Fire Emblem game that's, yes, it's fan-made, but as good as any real Fire Emblem game, play Vision Quest.
What is it a hack of? Which one?
Sacred Stones.
Oh, God. So the bar was already pretty low. All right.
I mean, it's...
Sacred Stones, okay.
In terms of difficulty, though, it's...
it
will kick your teeth in.
It is. Is it open map or is it like just chapter by chapter? Is it linear?
It's chapter by chapter.
Like
Keep in
the
mind,
good ones.
it's just built on the Sacred Stones engine, but in terms of difficulty, I'd compare it to like SNES era Fire Emblem.
Ooh, man, that's this is a lot of it must be really hard then, because you don't even have like the skills from the SNES game since it's the GBA.
Oh,
Fire
they
Emblem.
actually added the skills in. They had a bunch of cool stuff.
Nice,
Yes,
nice.
just check it out. It's really good. I
Now-
want to do a video on it eventually.
I don't think we've ever had a conversation about Fire Emblem. I just, as a fellow series veteran, I just would love to know where you stand on the series. Like what your favorites are, what your least favorites, stuff like that.
It's funny you mention this because I'm planning my first, I guess, retrospective series, kind of, sort of, and it's on Fire Emblem.
Dude,
So.
based.
Wow.
I love Fire Emblem, man. It's so great.
Very
Are you a Fire Emblem fan, Q?
You're asking questions and stuff. Q, do you play JRPGs? Of course I do.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
That's not the answer, Q.
This dude. So that's a no.
To be frank, with Fire Emblem, like I like Fire Emblem games, and I've played some of the older ones. I haven't purchased any of the newer ones. To be like honest, like I haven't played any of the new Fire Emblem games, and because Nintendo be kind of like over expensive with their stuff. Nintendo never does sales like real sales. So like if I didn't pick up a game at launch, I have a rule. If I don't buy a game at launch, like if it's not like a day one for me, I'm not paying full price for that shit. Right? Like my brain just says needs to get it on sale. I didn't get it on day one. It doesn't matter anymore. But Nintendo, these bastards, full price, bitch. They're like, no, this will never go on sale. Like I've literally
not more.
So you haven't played most Nintendo games for that? Is that what you're saying?
No, like Xenoblade, of course. You gotta have day one. That's a day
Yeah,
one
I mean,
pickup,
I feel like you gotta deal with the Switch tax at this point, man. Like, like Switch games, a lot of like first party Switch games especially don't go on sale, if at all.
Never.
I do get what you mean, because there's like more minor Nintendo games I've never played that I want to, just because I ain't paying $60 for something I may not like.
Yeah.
Like 1-2 Switch. Like I want to try that. I'm not paying full price for 1-2.
Why wasn't that a pack-in? Like, why wasn't that the Switch's like
it really should have.
Like, it's just a tech demo for the Joy-Cons and the HD Rumble. Like, who cares?
And HD Rumble ain't shit. Just to be honest.
Whoa.
Now back up a bit.
Rumble. Hold on.
I like my HD Rumble.
Me too. Like, I like.
Sony liked it too, since they copied it.
True.
I guess maybe I've just got no sensitivity in my fingers because I can't feel it. Like literally, it just feels like regular Rumble. And I remember I remember playing this game. Like I got this game for review called Senran Kagura. What do you call it? It was like the worst game I've reviewed in ages. I think it was Senran Kagura.
Estival versus?
No, not Estival versus. It's the one. It's the one where it's like a dating sim, I guess, and you're dating Asuka or whatever's her name, and essentially. Anyway, the game just give you an excuse to sort of like group the girls or whatever have you. The point is, it was like the whole thing they were like touting about it was like, oh, it's HB Rumble and blah 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 and all that kind of stuff, and you're like a physio for them. So like when you sort of like help them with like recovery and stuff like that. So you have like these tools that you use to like rub their muscles on their legs and all that kind of nonsense.
I know what game you're talking about. And real
that
quick,
game is shit, by the way.
I have another super chat from Cranberry. Q, you never played any Fire Emblem? Are you really the husbando of dreams? You missing hella waifus.
Cranberry with the real question.
Here's the thing, Cranberry. I have played Fire Emblem games. I'm saying I haven't played any of the newer ones because I'm paying that Nintendo tax. I'm just saying.
Do you consider the newer ones Awakening On, or do you start earlier than that?
I think the last Fire Emblem game I remember playing was on the GameCube.
Oh man, that's one of the best ones.
So that was the last one I remember playing. I think I did play one on the Game Boy Advance. I played SP's Advance, so it's the same thing essentially.
Yeah.
And I don't think I had a Fire Emblem on the DS. I'm not like that's a 50-50 because I'm not 100% sure. My DS library kind of like blurs in with my 3DS library in my brain, so I'm not 100% sure. And by that point in time, by the time I had a 3DS, I was kind of like, I was kind of jaded on Nintendo and their pricing basically. I was like, this shit is too expensive. I'm not gonna buy this. Day one, I'll wait for a sale, and I just never saw it on sale. I used to go to game shops, and that's the thing too. Because Nintendo never drops their prices digitally, stores never drop their prices. Like literally, used stores don't even drop the price of Nintendo games, and I find that's ridiculous. Like, come on.
So we have another super chat from Sebastian. Also, Q, have you finished any games this year?
I have. I've finished Triangle Strategies, by the way. On stream, by the way. You know, let's tell you about these
You
things.
finished the game, and a long one. Isn't Triangle Strategy kind of long too?
30, 35 hours, give or take.
It was
all right.
beautiful, and I got a great ending. I enjoyed my ending. You know, I'm just saying.
Good.
Wasn't the perfect ending, but it was my ending, and I love it nonetheless.
Man.
You know,
Also, to go back to what I was playing, yes, the Fire Emblem demo, but I've also been playing Star Ocean, which we are going to talk about, but I guess I'll wait a tiny bit more to see if Shadow comes back since he's been playing it as well. So I may not start with that. And also a donation from my boy Racha the Alchemist. Stopping by, hope all of you are doing well. Yes, we are, Racha. Thank you. And another super chat from Ace. Q finishing games has hell frozen over also. You, TS.
Ew, Triangle Strategy. Is it?
Oh, right.
Triangle Strategy hater?
Ace returned Triangle Strategy to the store after like 2 hours.
I just have you guys know Ace is a crazy person. He has been tested by husbandos of dreams, and we've come to the conclusion that Ace he lacks some brain cells, if I do say so myself.
I played that Triangle Strategy demo before the game came out, and I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it either. Maybe it was a bad demo, but I thought it was like
we've also evaluated Zephyr, and he also lacking some brain cells. Just so we're saying.
I'll say this: if you stick with Triangle Strategy, it is a contender for best strategy game ever made.
Whoa!
I don't say that lightly. I do not say that lightly.
There's a lot of good strategy games.
I describe my best description of Triangle Strategy is Game of Thrones, but with tactics. It's like a tactical RPG Game of Thrones game, and it is the best Game of Thrones game ever made. But unlicensed. That's the way I describe Triangle Strategy.
I do like that. I love the HD 2D, of course, and I love that it feels like one of those games where every decision really does matter. Because I like kind of saw doing that the Catherine scale thingy where like every decision tips the scale in one direction or the other, which is kind of like the perfect way to do this. Like kind of the perfect way to do morality, because that way every decision really does have an impact of some kind. So. Maybe the demo was just bad. Maybe I'll get it on sale one of these days when it goes on Steam. So I can
one day you have to.
One day this man says
we should get into a proper topic. And like I said, I'll wait a bit on Star Ocean. And since King Narakami's in the chat and it reminded me, let's talk about these Persona 5 Royal Switch sales. So I'm sure we've all seen over the past few years Persona fans, or I guess just Nintendo fans, clamoring for Persona 5 on Switch. It is finally released on Switch, and we had some sales data. So, Persona 5 Royal, during its first week on Switch, sold 45,998 physical copies. So,
beautiful.
Do we consider this a good number? Did you expect Nintendo fanboys to come out more in support of the game they've been borderline harassing the devs over for literal years?
So, I think that's. I don't know if it's good in Nintendo's eyes, because I feel like with Nintendo, anything less than $1 million is a failure. But for a game that is a re-release of a re-release that is also on every modern console simultaneously, I think this is pretty good.
Also, to clarify, yes, Japan only.
Oh, this is Japan only?
Correct.
The thing with Nintendo and their sales for this, for me personally speaking, I mean, yeah, you can call it a success and say, yeah, this was good sales or whatever have you and so forth. But generally speaking, I think I never expected this game to be a success, like on Switch specifically, because of the fact that it's been out, like Zephyr said, it's been out on pretty much everything else for ages. And to even assume that this is going to sell gangbusters on the Switch, Nintendo waited too long to pull the trigger, or at least Atlas did. To pull the trigger for it to be on the Switch. Had this come out before the Steam Deck did, it would have sold gangbusters. It would have sold even more. But unfortunately,
you really think there's that much of a crossover between Steam Deck and Switch?
I think that handheld community literally is like, I know so many people who handheld players, and they're straight up like, you know what, screw the Switch, I've got a Steam Deck. Now I know some people who still they're like, well, Switch is still relevant to them. But I think when it comes to third-party games, it just runs better on the Steam Deck. And I think if you've managed to get a Steam Deck and you also have a Switch, what's the obvious choice? Pick it up on the Steam Deck, obviously, on Steam. Unless, of course, if you just like lower resolution or, poor frame rates and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not like a frame rate whole like like Shadow. I'm not out here like 60 frames a second, 40K.
What you got against 60 FPS, bro? Hold on.
I don't have anything about it. I'm saying I'm not the kind of person that's like it needs to be 60 FPS for it to be relevant. But that being said, I can understand why you would want to play a game at 60 FPS.
I think also building off of that, just like I think the honeymoon phase of the Switch has definitely died down more and more as the years go on. So I feel like if Persona 5 or Persona 5 Royal ideally had released earlier on Switch, then I also agree maybe it'd sell a lot better as well. And again, this is only Japanese sales, not worldwide sales. But I just feel like since that honeymoon phase has passed and it's on literally everything else, then a lot more people are probably more inclined to buy it on that more powerful hardware, Like they want the game to run a bit better, and it's like, well, the Switch's portability, again, like maybe there's still that audience, I'm sure, but they might have a Steam Deck and they might also just not care anymore. I know for a while I was like, oh, put Persona 5 on Switch. That'd be great because like Switch is like the only modern platform I had for a while. Yeah. But then I got a PS5, I got a PC. Time's gone on. And I'm like, I just don't care as much
Blake's
anymore.
here. We have to rebrand. You can't be the Sexy Black Men's podcast anymore.
So I wasn't able to make it tonight, but somebody snitched and said someone was slandering the Nintendo Switch. Is that true?
Whoa! PG? Who is this homeless poutine eater? This rich boy, with his pool and all that kind of goodness, right? Coming in here to try to tell people about the slander of the Switch, right?
All right, real quick, Blake, tell the people who you are and what you're playing since you weren't
It is that time. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Westtown HD. I wasn't supposed to make it tonight, but you know what? Because I love Shadow so much, I canceled all of my evening plans. That's a bold-faced lie. I just got home earlier than I thought I would. And I mean, Riku's probably going to be on tonight. He gets in late, so why can't I get in late? Right. Your boy has been playing Bayonetta. Oh, now that's a clean game right there. Your boy played the Resident Evil 8 DLC. That shit's some dog shit. Don't buy that shit. And yeah, that's been Westtown HD. Yeah. Wow. Continue. I'll jump in whenever.
Oh yeah,
so,
also,
we were just talking about. Well, go ahead. We're talking about Persona 5 Royal on Switch.
Yeah, I just saw someone on
non-Bayonetta. Okay, yeah, y'all are fine.
I saw someone in chat say that they also didn't pick it up because they just beat it on PS4. I also just beat it this year as well because I was like, this shit ain't getting re-released. I'm just gonna buy the PS4 version, play it on my PlayStation 5.
Crazy how as soon as you say that it won't happen, it happens.
Yeah, and it's with a frame rate increase.
That's the thing,
130 hours.
Yeah, why would you play it on the sensor box? Of course, the best place to play it is on either PC, Xbox.
Now you're about to summon Riku.
Well,
I'm just saying, Riku knows that Xbox is better. He knows that Persona 5 on Xbox is better than Persona 5 on sensor box. Yeah, this is a fact. Better frame rates, better looking. Also in Game Pass, and once it's in Game Pass, it's already.
If it's on Game Pass, guys, just abuse the shit out of that. Took me 130 hours to beat the game, but surely you can do it before it gets removed. But
I'm just saying, let's be facts, and if there was to be any censorship in Persona 5, it wouldn't be on the Xbox. It would be on the Sensor Box 5. So I'm just saying, if they were to censor anything, it wouldn't be on other platforms. It would be on the PlayStation. And so
Series X is looking pretty good with that backwards compatibility. I will say.
That Sonic Unleashed machine is kind of lit.
So can we agree that most people that wanted to play Persona 5, not gonna say Persona 4, Persona 5 already played it, and that the Switch version is nice, but the sales being what they are is probably the best you could ask for?
Yeah, I'd love to see what happens when we get worldwide sale numbers.
Also, Blake,
I haven't.
No, I'm literally the host tonight, and also you're back on.
Really?
You're back on Super Chat duty, Blake. So.
Wait, dead ass Shadow's not here?
Dude,
correct.
Oh, that's just a fake. That we've literally just.
There's no way.
It
finally
I'm literally the host.
I'm so mad that I wasn't here to actually be here for when Bao took over the podcast. This is crazy. Hey, we have a $5 super chat from Cranberry saying, if Shadow can disappear for his own podcast, Westtown HD can drop in wherever he wants. Bro, I really wanted to grill Shadow in this podcast for doing something that I won't out him for on stream just yet.
Well, since Blake is here,
at some
and
point,
I believe Blake is the only one here that's played Bayonetta 3 so far.
Sir.
We'll segue into that. Also, I guess we can briefly talk about the end, or possibly the end of the voice actor controversy. But first, Blake, how do you feel about this Bayonetta 3?
Well, Bao, I'm glad that you asked. Let me tell you all about this game called Bayonetta 3, all right? I would say, so far, I would say it is living up to the hype of the previous Bayonetta games. And I would say, because I think it was after I think I watched like one trailer. The last trailer was in the Nintendo Direct in September, and then I just went black on it because I think Pelvic made a tweet about she said like she's excited for the game, but the new trailer showed way too much, and I was like, great, I'm not watching the new trailer. So I knew like pretty much just the basic stuff going into this. The story so far is very neat. I don't know what they showed in trailers, so I won't talk about what's happened so far. But Viola is a great character. I love everything about her. She's goofy. She's literally the Nero of the Bayonetta franchise. Her theme in the context of fighting is just badass. All the new Bayonetta combos, like the fact that she's basically now, I guess, what's it like a demon tamer. I guess like she uses them so much more in her combat, and she can just be over there twerking in the corner while Gamora's ripping up somebody. So it's a lot of great changes have been made. I listen. I know I came in here with saying smoke about how great the Switch is, but let me tell you something. Bayonetta 3 definitely has resolution issues. I will say when you're outside of combat, like exploring, and when you're in cutscenes, those are when the game, well, more so just cutscenes actually. When you're exploring, it's not as bad. But when you're like in a cutscene, I think that's when the game's at its worst. Because for some reason, that's when the resolution gets the lowest. That and photo mode. When you're actually in the thick of it with combat, the FPS is pretty solid, and I never really notice any form of resolution drops because I'm just doing flashy combos, right? So it's like when Devil May Cry 5 had like ray tracing mode. I played it once and went 30 FPS action game is not for me. So I will admit that the game does have some resolution issues, and that is unfortunate. But I mean, hey, we all know the Switch is getting up there in age, and of course, Nintendo needs to have a successor soon. But it'll happen when it happens, and I'm just really hopeful that their next console will either be backwards compatible or will enhance their previous library, because there's a lot of Switch games coming out now that could really benefit from like just an overhaul. But yeah, so far gameplay is really good, really fun. I'm loving everything about it. There's a train demon that I won't talk about more for spoilers, but y'all know I love my trains, and might be a game of the year for me. But before we continue, we got a super chat from Cranberry saying none of y'all boycotted. For shame, picking up my copy soon. Yes, sir. I mean, yeah, I think, yeah, I didn't. I mean, there's. Yeah. I think when Q says he boycotted, he means he's broke.
Okay, so just to clarify, no one else here has played Bayonetta, correct?
Nah.
I don't think so. I think Shadow's playing it through illegal means, but
can't just out the man.
Whoa!
When is he not playing with in illegal means? But here's the thing, though, Blake. Right? Here's the thing. I've caught Blake streaming this homeless thing, right? And
what?
yeah, this homeless person game. I've caught you playing it, right? And I've seen the frame rate, and I asked you, I was like, Blake, is that the real frame rate? Is it supposed to be like that? And you're like, oh no, it's just some portions of it. It's not the whole game. And then
I don't sound like Mickey Mouse.
That's what you sound like to me on stream. Anyway, the point is, right? You're like, well, it's just like just portions of the game. Now I watched reviews of it, and the reviews basically, I think it was Digital Foundry or something. They were like, this game runs like trash, but the story and all that kind of stuff is awesome, but we wish it was on something else. So when you come out here saying like, oh, it's just certain portions, and then eventually you've been honest with us, you've come in and said, cutscenes and all this sort of stuff, the game runs like horrible. So it's good to hear.
I've played games that run horrible, i.e. Age of Calamity. This game does not run horrible.
Listen to him talk the slander. Just know.
All I'm saying is that I've played bad Switch ports, and this isn't a bad Switch port, but it's not a good Switch port. It's just a pretty okay Switch port.
It's a bad Switch original.
It's a bad Switch original.
This ain't on anything else. This is Switch exclusive.
Y'all know what I meant.
Yeah, I know.
So, since no one else has actually played it yet besides Blake, I plan to play it eventually. But let's talk a little bit about can't we even call it elephant in the room at this point? The controversy surrounding the voice actor Helena Taylor from Bayonetta.
Wow. So my boy, was my boy I'm forgetting his name. I think it starts with a Z. He was defending her against me last time.
I don't know. It might start with a Z instead, so I might be thinking of someone else.
So so I won't recap like all the details, but I'm sure you all know by this point. Helena Taylor came out with a series of videos claiming that basically Platinum lowballed her, offered her what she say, 4,000, something like that.
4,000.
4,000 for the entire game. Everyone got in an uproar. Jason Schreier, however you pronounce his last name, did his research, came back with receipts, and showed that she was offered, what was it, 10,000?
15K is what I saw.
15K.
Wasn't it 4K a session over like 4 sessions or something like that?
Yeah, so basically to make it simple, she embellished the truth to get everyone on her side and push her narrative. And she's kind of eating crow right now.
Whoa.
So, anyone have any other thoughts about this?
Guys,
gamers, you know what to do.
Last podcast.
All right, apology.
All right, guys. Let me be the first to say I'm taking that L, guys. I was wrong. Like she played us like a fiddle, and I fell for it, man.
That's a you thing, sir.
I'm talking to the Bayonettas here. Q. This has nothing to do with you.
You say Bayonettas?
But man, like, yeah, she played so many people like a fiddle. I ate that shit up because honestly, from my perspective, I had no reason not to believe her. Like, she was breaking NDA. She was speaking on behalf of the voice acting industry. I was like, why on earth would she lie? She has no reason to.
There's no reason to commit career suicide.
Dude, yeah, this is gonna end her career. Like, why would she do it? There's no way. And then you just guys can't trust no one, man. Like that. You hate to see that. There's definitely still an issue within the voice acting industry that's worth discussing about voice actors not being paid as much as they should. But man, this was wrong. This was messy. And I hope this is the best-selling game in the series. Fuck Helena, that shit ass.
Sorry, Q. I'm waiting for my sorry, Q. You were right.
Shut the fuck up.
Talk to him. Q don't deserve nothing.
You were right, Q. Your splendor is amazing.
The thing is, most of our argument was based on whether or not like people should take action in this series and this turn of events anyway. I stand by you should take action for the causes you believe in. I stand by that, goddammit. But this shit, you know what? I'm putting on the clown makeup. I'm taking the L.
So I'll just say for myself, sorry, Q. You were right.
So those are Zephr's thoughts. Blake, you have any thoughts?
Yeah, so like I said before, I was team wait for more info to come out. Over the last like 3 years, I've seen so much like cancel culture, hate mobbing, the usual court of Twitter stuff. I've seen so much of that going around between the Pokemon community, the Smash community, what happened with Pro Jarrett. Like, I've been around this for a lot over the last few years. So instead of doing what people typically do and just jumping down the throats of Platinum Games, I'm like, let me wait for more stuff to come out and I'll make a decision. And sure enough, both sides of the story came out. Helena Taylor just kind of, she never commented on any of these accusations, right?
She was just like, it's come to my attention that people are calling me a liar. It was dumb.
And
he says something like
he backpedaled a bit and then it's like, donate to these charities, and that was kind of it.
Don't look at the charities.
Yeah, and
let's not get into that.
See, I was gonna bring up one of the charities that she was talking about. We don't need to talk about that. You go online, you can find it. Some people have strong opinions about it, some others don't. But yeah, it's in the end not a great look. I was kind of held out hope that Helena Taylor could potentially return for Bayonetta 4, but between this and the fact that who's the new Jennifer Hale?
Yeah.
Between that and the fact that I genuinely, like, no cap, cannot hear a difference in Bayonetta 3. It just sounds like Bayonetta. Like, Jennifer Hale is doing a fantastic job. I cannot tell it's a new voice actress. And honestly, when Bayonetta 3 first got announced, I didn't know it was a new voice actress. And then people were like, oh, it's a new voice actress. Like, it sounds the same Bayonetta to me. But we got super chat from Cranberry saying Westtown HD low-key woke. Hey, thank you, Cran. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you. That's my boy Cranberry right there.
All right. So, yeah. Q, is there anything you would like to say to something besides Zephyr?
Besides the fact that I was right and Zephyr is wrong, but you know, that being said, you know what, like with regards to the fact that the game, you know, the whole boycott and all that kind of stuff didn't, you know, turn out too well for some people. Generally speaking, this whole thing about, you know, like Blake said, you know, the whole cancel culture of stuff, like, to me, I just don't see the value of it, in at least in this particular context with regards to specific games. I already made my point last podcast, so I'm not going to make that point again. It's just really, I just watched the whole thing and just laughed the whole time this whole thing was going on, because to me it was just like, you hear a lot of stuff, like, you know, like people say a lot of stuff online, and I find it really hard to believe people sometimes because people lie a lot. You know, like, I mean, the president of the US was lying at one point in time when you guys had a different president. The president in the UK, the prime minister, in the UK lied a lot. You know, we had like,
and those are politicians. That's just part of their job.
No, those are politicians, but people in general, you know, politicians are supposed to,
they rally the people.
No, it's not just that they rally the people. Politicians they come from the people. They basically are a subset of our, what do you call it? Our society.
Are you saying politicians are born from the monotonous intent within the human heart on some persona shit?
They will steer this country.
I mean, the majority does have to vote them in, at least here in America. So he has a point.
Not just in the US, in most countries, in the UK, in Canada. I'm sure.
I don't know how it is in Canada, because
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get into Canadian politics, but TLDR, Trudeau will probably stay here for quite a while, unless someone kills him. Not suggesting.
Does it have to do with, like, you know, which side of the tree the maple syrup falls on, and then you decide, you know, yes.
And you get back to the topic, bro.
All right, I'm back. I don't know what's been going on here. Y'all talking about politics? What the hell is going on? It's supposed to be a JRPG podcast. Bow, what happened? All right,
we are talking about
JRPGs.
Let me tell you what happened, Shadow. It was Q's turn to talk. That's what happened.
Oh, okay. You know what? You're right. That's 100%. You 100% right.
So we talked about Blake's thoughts on Bayonetta 3, and we're currently going over our thoughts on the fallout of this voice actor controversy, now that we have more facts.
Okay. So yeah, with this controversy thing, I guess this is a big old example of you people need to wait and see before you guys side with somebody. I think I did hear Zephyr. I think I did. I heard you say, like, she had no reason to lie, which that makes sense. But there's always two sides to each story, and we have got to stop and wait to hear everything.
I thought I learned my lesson in the past, but I was like, there's no way she lies this time. But you know what? Never making that. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Never making
Come on,
that
Zephyr, you're an Among Us master. You should know this.
True. People lie.
And people have always been saying, oh, wait and see, do this. But it's like, believe everybody, believe all accusations, and believe everything else. And now, hopefully, in the future, people will wait and see. Because this is some bullshit. Now, I don't know exactly what the... Well, yeah, it probably won't. I don't know exactly what the industry rates are or anything like that. But, like, I think $15K for 4 days of work, that's not too bad.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah, you kidding me?
Money. 3 days of work.
Take that.
How many hours was it? Like what? She wasn't working the whole day.
Yeah, she wasn't.
It was like 4 or 5 sessions.
Shit, I was Bayonetta for the 4K. God damn.
Yo, seriously.
We got a super chat real quick from Night Fury saying, since Shadow ain't here, I gotta remind y'all to hit the like button. That is aged poorly, but thank you, Night Fury.
Listen to how like button, people. Thank you very much, people, for dropping in on us on this Monday. Appreciate that. But yeah, and then, like, she doesn't want to get she swears up and down that they're lying and whatnot. So why don't you just provide the receipts at this time? There's no point in waiting. See, will give us the offer that you were offered, apparently, and let us see everything. Because my whole thing is she was still being very vague in all her responses. I'm like, no,
nobody, she already broke NDA too.
Exactly. Nobody believes you at this point. So you need to just come out and say what you got. You said you earned a little bit more for Bayonetta 2. All right, let's see how much a little more you earned. We wanted to see the exact difference from game 1 to game 2 to now game 3. But you don't want to give anything like that. You lied by omission, and now this game actually is better off for it because this game probably got more attention and more sales because of it. So backfired completely
on it. Let's go.
Also welcome Riku.
It is.
Oh, his mic peaked and he's gone.
Oh, this is
You know what? His mic is an Xbox fan. His mic was like, God damn it. No, God damn it. No, go away.
Yo.
Riku, you were so loud, your mic.
That's an Xbox mic right there. Yes.
I just heard it's gone.
Hello, everyone. Riku-san one, the only one here. Back at it again with you
With the
crazy
white pants?
motherfuckers. Bayonetta, man.
No,
It's
no,
aight.
shut up. I knew what he's gonna say.
It's
Shut up.
aight. But who's ready for that stellar blade, man? The new Bayonetta, the new chick on the street.
Got my girl Brizzy voices in it though. So
I'm sure her game is not going to have any performance or visual issues now.
Yeah, because it's on the PS5 for Riku.
Damn
Oh,
straight.
Yeah, I have
Is it
to
a
admit.
PlayStation 5 exclusive? Or is it
I think it's
It's gonna
PS5.
come to PC too.
Coming to PC.
Okay, so it's gonna be on real platforms. Okay, go on. Continue.
Okay, so yeah, I have to admit,
Yes.
running Bayonetta.
Go on, say it on stream right now.
You know, running Bayonetta and seeing this game played on a Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Switch.
Bro, he on that Steam Deck, bro.
Waves in his voice a second goes. It's like the Switch.
Yeah, seeing this game, and I'm like, I'm looking at this game, I'm playing the game, I'm like, bro, this looks like a goddamn 360 game. I'm like, what is this game?
Oh my gosh.
Why? I'm like, come on.
These streets.
This game
How
looks
is Blake playing
terrible.
this?
But like, I guess that's the Switch forgiveness that we give it, and we know without
It's a
Nintendo,
handheld.
without the
When
Switch,
the Vita
this
was
game
like
wouldn't
dog
be
shit, you
here.
had Riku sucking it off in the street.
And the Vita did not look like dog shit. Let me put you in your place on that small what is it? 40p for something, whatever.
Or
I
80,
gotta-
you motherfucker.
I gotta side with
4080p.
Blake. Some of those games look a little.
Yeah, but
They
still.
Vita.
This
We're
game-
talking about from the ground up Vita games. They looked fine.
Exactly. They look
This
good.
is
Bayonetta 3 looks fine.
from the ground up. No, Blake. You know this could look a lot better, and you know it. Bayonetta 1 and 2, Bayonetta 1 and 2 looked as best as they possibly could when they came out on what they came out on. This,
Put him in
you
his
know,
place.
could look better.
Yes, exactly. Put
But
him in the
Blake,
bin.
but Blake, we know Bayonetta isn't about all of that. It's about the gameplay, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
And
It's like,
and
it's like when DMC5 Special came out with ray tracing. Anybody play that? No, they went for 60 FPS instead of 4K.
Why are you guys being gentle with him? Tell him he's playing a homeless person game with terrible frame rate.
At least
No,
they
no,
play
no, no.
games, Q.
I'm giving Bayonetta its due, its credit. We all know gameplay wise, Bayonetta's heat. So
Yes.
like,
But if it's
That's
if
what
it's
he's
run
here
on
for.
according to what I saw
All right,
from
not to shut
Digital
you the fuck
Foundry,
up, but we have a super chat from Cranberry. I do understand where Zephyr is coming from. Whenever you
Heyo.
hear about some injustice, then the first response of humans is to immediately defend them. It's just human nature. Wrong. It's Twitter nature.
that's wrong.
Whoa,
exactly.
Whoa, but he
I
might be
just wanna
right
say it.
though. He might be right.
No.
Up to this point in time, Quamberry was my
Twitter
boy,
nature?
and then he went and sided with Zephyr when everyone knows Zephyr was
man.
wrong and I was right. Right?
No, listen.
Right?
My intentions were in the right place, Q. I don't understand. Like,
That's
of
what
the
you know. What?
people,
Think
by
about it
the
like this.
people, for the
Think
people.
about it like this, right? Anakin's intention was
Oh my
pure.
gosh.
He
Oh
wanted to
my
save his
God.
missus.
Hey, yo,
Oh,
Shadow
no,
might be
he
onto
was
something
not.
about Q going off course.
Oh my
Yeah, Q, you might be the sole culprit of going off course,
of these long
topic.
podcasts.
I mean, like, goddamn, bro, you just know how to go. You know how to go on a tangent. You know how to just, like, bro, I'm gonna need you to dial it back, okay? Dial it back. I thought Riku was also part of it, but no, it's just you.
Nah, Riku just shuts up whenever Q starts talking,
You
bro.
gotta dial it back, my guy. You gotta dial it back, all right? Relax, okay? Stop going off of tangents and you know, just say short and sweet. Anyway, but I do agree with that super chat. People are quick to jump to the defense, especially when it's something negative and something against somebody. But this is a lesson. This is a lesson that we need to learn, at least in the gaming industry. Let's get the facts before we side with people. Something else about Bayonetta. People are mad that Bayonetta is actually straight.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Oh god, Kotaku.
Polygon.
Oh, yeah, Polygon. Sorry, or was it Kotaku? I can't remember.
it was both of them.
Oh, okay, so I don't.
Was it
I don't-
Kotaku as well? Okay.
I don't understand because I believe in the first game she made that clear. I'm pretty sure she did. And in the second game, I think she made it clear. So why are we surprised?
I feel like you're setting yourself for disappointment because I still don't know who Viola is or what she's up to. But even like from all the trailers, we don't know who she is. Like for all we know, she could have been a Bayonetta. And it's like, or she could have been Bayonetta's daughter. No one knows who Viola is or what she's doing.
And no one in the chat spoil it, please.
Yeah,
no
please
spoilers.
Isn't the story basically Into the Spider-Verse for Bayonetta?
That's what I got from the
Pretty much.
opening. Yeah, that's what I got from the opening.
That's basically the concept.
What a great movie.
But yeah, Bayonetta is it's out. It came out. It's good. What's his Metacritic score?
88.
88. Really?
I got that green.
I think people. Well, the other Bayonettas were in the 90s, but I think the Bayonetta not gay kind of lowered it a little bit.
Yep, it's 88.
No,
yeah.
What does that matter? Like, isn't it
remember do you not remember what I said last podcast? Verbatim. I said that this would not. I said it would not hit a 90. It would be into high 80s. That's exactly what I said. And here we are at 89 or. I told Devil. I told Devil it's just. Huh?
You're so smart with your Metacritic.
Dude, what Sonic Frontier is gonna get? What Sonic Frontier is gonna get?
Hey, we gotta lock that in at the end of the show. Not
yeah,
right
we gotta lock that later. We gotta lock it in later. Anyway, that is Bayonetta. I gotta say, after this whole thing and the whole controversy, it came out, got an 88. I'm done with Bayonetta at this point. I mean, I don't want to hear nothing about it unless that girl, unless what's her name, Hilaria Taylor, when they come out, I don't even know her name. Why do I know her name? That unless she wants to come out and give all the receipts, all the documentation, I don't want to hear nothing about this thing anymore. I'm done with this whole controversy. And honestly, I'm probably almost done with this game. All right, let's move on to the game release. Let's go on to Star Ocean: The Divine Force that's finally come out. It is a game that I don't think a lot of us thought was honestly gonna be around. So I think a lot of us are surprised by this game. And we have a couple of people here that have played it. Ba, you want to share your thoughts on the game before I go in on it? Or
Yep. So from what I can tell, I'm in the minority, actually. I think it's okay. I like it, but I want to love it, and the things that how do I even phrase this? It's a bunch of little things that keep adding up to like dampen the experience as time goes on. I'm about 15 hours in. The story not very interesting, which is a shame because that's what almost hooked me from the start. With basically your ship gets shot down, you crash on this plane, now you have to find your crewmates and all that. That was interesting, but the story has not gone anywhere for 15 hours, and it's just gotten old. Party members, when they go out of your party, even for like 5 seconds, sometimes their accessories will just come off. You have to re-equip them, and there's no sort option in your equipment or items. Let's see, what else? Oh, frame rate, the biggest issue. So at least on PC, and apparently this varies by system, but mine is just atrocious. It'll be like 60 frames per second in this like vast open field, but I'll like step in a door and be in a room with no NPCs, and it'll be like jumping from 13 to 26. Combat is in the low teens to like high 30s sporadically, and it's gotten to the point where it's like actively giving me a headache and makes me not want to play. So yeah, but it's not a bad game. I want to stress that. I like it, but like I said, these little issues keep popping up. Characters are nice, and I like the art style. And also, some of the locations in the world are just like gorgeous, like shockingly so. But, yeah, it has issues. Also, Elena's the best girl.
It is a bustling seaport.
yeah, that's honestly the truth.
People that come to
He ain't worried about that one.
may very well be able to glean
So, did anybody else play
information
Star
from
Ocean,
one
or
who
was it just
served.
me and Ba?
But the ships
Nah,
were moved that last
I've
time
never
we
had
I'm
any
still waiting
interest
for
in
Star
this
Ocean
series.
2.
Here's to hoping
My question is why? Well, why haven't you guys played it? Why haven't you guys played this great? What's the problem?
Well, I told you. They said that. Okay, I think this is a little nice transition, which we actually don't have into the notes, but might as well throw it in right here. An article came out a couple days ago talking about the fact that Tri-Ace and Square was like, you guys want your Star Ocean too?
Hold
Well,
on.
Got it. I got it. I'll turn it down. I'll turn it down.
Okay.
Also, we got a super chat from Cranberry real quick saying hashtag cancel Zephyr. I'm sorry, Q.
Whoa! Huh?
Damn. Catching strays.
What happened?
Damn.
My bad, chat.
Shadow here blowing the ears off out of people.
Rip headphone users.
Okay, so yeah, so they said that if you want Star Ocean 2, we need to see you guys, ask for it basically, and that is pretty shitty since like literally every Star Ocean fan that I know has been screaming about Star Ocean 2 since we got Star Ocean 1, and I'm one of them. I was like, I'm not gonna play this franchise until Star Ocean 2 is on there, because when I'm done with Star Ocean 1, I'm probably gonna want to hop into what people consider the best Star Ocean game in the franchise, and the only one that aged well.
By one, do you mean First Departure R, the recent re-release it got, or?
Yeah. By one, I mean First
Gotcha.
Departure R.
Gotcha.
So
Riku doesn't play retro versions.
Oh my gosh. Point is, I was waiting for Second Evolution, is what they call it, and not to be confused with, Trails in the Sky Second Evolution. But oh my gosh. Point is, I will play the franchise when that game comes, which I honestly at this point think it is inevitable. I think is eventually going to happen, and Square is just saying that bullshit, like how a lot of companies say that bullshit. So I'll play that
because people have been asking for it for years, and like it exists. It's in Japan already. Like, just do it.
So was Zero now, and now we have them. At this point, it's never say never.
Yeah,
but that's Falcom. Falcom is weird.
Yeah, and Tri-Ace has been struggling to literally stay relevant.
Oh, yes, they have. So my thoughts on Star Ocean 6, I think it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be the peakest of peakest mid. And I think it's a little bit above that, honestly. The graphics, I think, aren't that bad. The fields are nice and detailed. There's a lot of foliage when it comes to the grass and whatnot. I don't think the environments don't look bad. The character models are a different case. I don't like how they look. I think they could look a hell of a lot better. It does look like a high-end PS3 360 game, but then the more I look at it and look at everything surrounding it, I'm like, okay, this might not have been able to be done on 360 and PS3, so it looks slightly better than that.
It looks like an HD port of a 360.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, exactly, like an HD port or remastering or something like that, maybe. But it doesn't look terrible. The character models I did get used to. They do have doll-like faces, and like sometimes the lip syncing doesn't match up, but it's not too bad. It could be worse. Not that bad. Surprisingly, like Bao said, he's having an issue with the frame rate, and you guys already know me. You guys know how I feel about frame rate now. So if Bao has a problem with it, there might be something to it. But for me, I'm honestly saying it's not too bad. I do think when
Bayonetta's a problem.
Well,
Crazy. not for Shadow.
No, not for me at all. Yeah,
he doesn't have a shadow of a doubt.
But
the cheese, baby.
Oh man.
I will say the game is a little bit like poorly optimized, because when you go to areas that have like bigger trees and a lot more grass area, the game just is being brought to its knees, and it's literally not my PC, it's not my rig, it's just the game doesn't know how to process this stuff well. So it's processing everything at once when it should be processing probably what's in the field of view, something like that. What else about the game? I do enjoy the combat. Combat's not too bad. You have there's a mechanic with the Duma, like a lot of like aerial combos that go into place in which you can blindside an enemy and get the jump on them, and they'll stun them for a little bit. It plays out pretty well.
Would you even call that aerial combos though? It's literally like you zoom and like can change directions.
Yeah, that's true. It's maybe I guess you can equate it to a dodge mechanic, maybe. I don't know, but it does help when you want to block, and I think it blocks some magic and it blocks some attacks. It's different. I'll say that it's definitely different for the most part, and I do like it a lot. If they can just maybe tighten it up a little bit, it would be perfect.
The verticality of exploration is actually something I didn't expect, and it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it is. I honestly, I think I've played better games that have better traversal. Like I'll say it's East 9. I felt had better control over how I got to one place to the other. But this game, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's definitely something that I want to see in the next game, and they do it better. The blind sides could be. I wish the blind sides were just like Star Ocean 4, in which they had like a little animation for each character when they do a blind side. They should probably look into getting that in the next game. The story, like Bao said, it's not captivating because it feels like this whole thing is like a side story. Like the main quest is kind of a side story because Raymond and his crew got pretty much stranded on this planet for the most part. And nothing has been happening with that plot in particular just yet. There was an interesting development. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I think Bob, you saw it too, right? You didn't find it interesting after you beat that blue bird. There wasn't.
You mean with those mystery people? Or?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's vaguely interesting, but it still isn't enough to like get me like, okay, I really want to see where this goes.
I kind of want to see where this goes because I don't know what they're about, and I don't know if saying what it is kind of gonna spoil it, but. Yeah, I think it is.
We got 2 super chats real quick. Got one from Sebastian saying, came back to see a salty Riku. You love to see it. You love to see it, Sebastian. We got one from Cranberry saying, Shadow of the FPS God, FPS whore.
Man, come on, bro. Why you gotta do that?
And, yeah.
But yes, the FPS God. Yes, man. I'm very much looking at those frame rates. But yeah, I do think exactly. But I do think the story is okay for the most part. It's not as captivating just yet. I don't know how long the game is because I was thinking about like maybe 25 hours or maybe 30, just like 5 was. But I think
I've been seeing people say 30 to 35 for one route.
Okay, 30 to 35. Okay, so it's got to be. Maybe both routes is like 60, which I'm not gonna play the other route. I play Raymond and that's it. The characters. Okay, I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna get me a lot of hate. I think the characters in Star Ocean 6
here we go.
are more entertaining than the characters in Xenoblade 3.
Oh,
everybody in chat, L. Everybody in chat, type L.
Absolutely. Oh my god.
L's in the chat, everyone. L's in the chat.
L's in the chat. We also got super chat from Sebastian saying, "Yo Blake, what other game do I buy instead of Sonic? You buy Sonic Frontier, Sebastian." L's in the chat.
I hate all
L's. Yeesh. I saw one W and that's just Shadow's alternate account.
Oh no! Did you hack Q-Git? What's going on here?
Even Sebastian with the L super chat, Ace Breaker super chat saying Shadow, common Shadow L first.
Oh my god! This is
everybody say L's to out himself. Everybody say L's in the chat. Did y'all play the game? Did y'all honestly play the game?
I'm gonna waste my time on Star Ocean.
Come on, man.
So, let me tell you, I played one Star Ocean game. First Departure R. I'm like, let's try this series. It's an action RPG, sci-fi. Bro, that shit was ass. I hated that game. Oh my god.
Most people love 2, and then the rest are kind of all over.
Everyone was like, "Oh, 2's the best one." I looked at that gameplay. That shit looks the goddamn same. Oh my god, I hated it.
It's basically Tales of Fantasia 0.5.
Dude, Tales of Fantasia. Maybe there's a reason they haven't re-released Fantasia, bro. Oh my god, I hated First Departure.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the big reasons I want Star Ocean 2 to come over and get remastered, because man, those Star Ocean 2 fans, they are just like, well, the Star Ocean 2 is still the best one in the franchise, and there's nothing that you can tell me. And the sad part is the game isn't on modern platforms, so it can't be judged by a modern critical eye and be thrown to the gauntlet like the rest of the series. I feel like if it came out and the reviews came in and the reviews say that no, this Star Ocean, all of those Star Ocean 2 fans, they were wrong. This game is just as good as all of the other games in the franchise. They'll be on suicide watch.
I feel like that's gonna happen. I feel it. I watched the gameplay. I'm like, this does not look better. It looks the goddamn same.
You see my avatar here on the Discord. My artist friend, good guy, James. He does stuff for One Piece and whatnot. He loves Star Ocean 2, favorite game of all time.
Whoa!
I want that shit to come out just so people can destroy it and see what the fuck going on with that.
Why do you want to see him cry?
I will say
know,
Star Ocean 2,
maybe-
for all the hype people have for it, did disappoint me. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's anywhere in the conversation for best RPG ever.
As far as
Best
what I
RPG
hear,
ever? I don't think so. No.
As far as
say it is.
No,
as far as what I
they're
hear,
spoken.
as far as what I hear, Star Ocean 2 does, like with its story and its world and whatnot, it sounds like it still holds up, but only way.
I feel like everything Star Ocean is mixed. Like some people will be like, "This one's the best." Another person will say, "This," and it's actually the worst. This one's
the only
best.
thing people agree on is that 5 was the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Everybody
absolutely.
agrees that.
Oh yeah, 5 was
As
dog
far
shit.
as I hear, everybody agrees that 5 is the worst. 3 is the most popular and it aged the worst. And 4 was bad when it came out, but now it's good in comparison to everything else.
Yeah, for the most part.
Also, people agree 4 has the best combat.
Maybe I'll play that one then.
6 is up there with it, I'd say though.
I'll play 4 for its combat, but I feel like the story is going to be bad. But
I actually like the story of 4, but most people did not.
Anyway, like I said, I stand by what I said. I don't give a damn what y'all say in the chat. I don't care. Xenoblade 3 characters go eat a dick, and I like Star Ocean 6 characters better. That's what I said, all right?
Someone pin it. Someone pin it, and then when Shadow finishes Xenoblade 3 in 4 years, we'll come back to this.
Yeah. Oh man. How far are you
They'll
in
never
Xenoblade 3
let you-
again?
Like chapter 4 or some shit.
Insane.
They'll never let you live this down.
I genuinely feel like your opinion in Xenoblade Chronicles 3 doesn't matter until you reach chapter 5.
Oh
doesn't.
man. Such a good.
It's
Or at least
irrelevant.
beat chapter 4. At least beat chapter 4.
Nah, fuck that. Beat chapter. Your opinion is irrelevant until you beat chapter 5.
I will say if you feel the
I'm
same
so mad.
after you beat chapter 5, then okay. That's
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Then you're on crack cocaine.
Like even the haters of Xenoblade outside of you, even the haters are like the worst of things I hear about Xenoblade is the game went downhill after chapter 5. What does that tell you? That even the niggas that don't fuck with the game put
They
respect
were like,
on,
yo.
they put
I
respect
swear
on
to-
chapter 5. That's very
I
illegal.
swear to God, this chapter 5 of Xenoblade 3 better be like God's gift to gaming. Okay, y'all just hearing about all this shit about what
Chapter 5
happens.
of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is arguably the best chapter in any Xeno game. Like people
We'll
flipping
see.
out for chapter 5.
So wait,
You gotta see
is it the whole chapter or is it the end of the chapter?
I think the whole chapter's pretty good.
The whole chapter's
Personally.
pretty sexy.
Yeah.
Alright, fine.
Like the main area you're in, like already, I was like, man, this is incredible.
Hey
This
man,
is beautiful.
listen, it didn't take up to 4 chapters for me to find the characters in Divine Force more
It's already
interesting.
good. I understand.
Yeah. Okay, I said what I said.
I
Okay.
can't believe this.
Oh, we got a super chat from Sebastian saying,
God damn
even Q has played beyond chapter 4. That's cap.
That's cap. That's cap. You're
That's cap.
going too far there,
That's
Sebastian.
cap.
That's cap.
That's cap.
Yeah, I've
We know
not
Q.
played
We know
the
Q
game.
don't play no games.
The
The
Oh,
last time I
man.
saw Q streaming a game, he was streaming some sort of card game on Game Pass. Like it was like some sort of mobile game.
Pull
on
me out
Game
here
Pass.
struggling. Yo.
What card game on Game Pass? I've been playing Pokemon.
I don't know. It was some
ages
sort.
now.
It was some sort of like parking, like card game. I was like, what
Oh
the
right,
fuck
I
is
did
this?
stream that. I did stream that once. It was cool though.
What the fuck
Anyway,
is this, bro?
yes, the combat in Star Ocean 6 is just fine. I'm liking the all upgrade systems that you can have. You got to upgrade skill tree. You got to upgrade some passives, and it's all pretty standard stuff.
Is
Nothing.
it just poor man Xenoblade X?
Poor man's Xenoblade X. I wouldn't say that. I think
Nah, I wouldn't really compare them at all.
not really. You can update the Duma and everybody else. I will say, just like Bao said, the de-equipping of accessories is annoying as shit when the characters leave your party. I don't know what they were thinking on that one. What else about this game that I'm finding above mid? I think that's about it. The story is good so far. I mean, maybe it's not going anywhere, but we'll see what happens in the long run. Graphics can be better. I'll admit that. Combat is just fine. About the combat. When you're in like a cave or something like that, combat gets a little bit claustrophobic. And the enemies, like, you can't really see the enemies all that much because, like, the camera is all over the place sometimes. And the enemies have, like, almost invincibility frames when they start off their attack. And you can't even see it happening. So by the time you see it, it's pretty much too late. You already got hit. There's
one thing I want to mention that, the series is called Star Ocean, and some games have this theme of, like, exploring the stars. But from what I've seen, a lot of these games take place on one or two planets.
Yeah.
And it's just such a waste of potential.
Sure do.
Yeah.
That was one of my.
Are you trying to tell me that they're going back on the title of the fucking game?
Let
me tell you how the franchise Ys is called Ys. There's
God.
there's 9 of them, and you only go to Ys in Ys 2. Crazy.
All right, hold on one second. Acebreaker in the chat. Why did you delete Sweet Life Dio's message? That doesn't make any sense. He didn't say anything bad. You don't have to delete his message for that. All right. But yeah, like Bao said, it kind of sucks that these games go to these underdeveloped planets, as they call them, and spend most of the time there. I don't like that at all. I think we need more sci-fi JRPGs in our mix, because the only one I know is probably like Phantasy Star Online 2. And maybe
Phantasy Star.
Yeah, and maybe Xenosaga, and that's about it. Nothing else is like just full-on sci-fi setting. So kind of annoying when you got this game that's touting, the planet, the stars, and whatnot, the universe, and you're just at this medieval setting. If I wanted to do that, I play Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, it's really frustrating, especially because like in the first Star Ocean game, First Departure R, like one of the first scenes is like establishing like space as like the Star Ocean and like hyping it up and shit. And in that game, you literally only go to one planet in a cutscene to go back in time for the main planet you spend the whole game on. And it's just so frustrating. Phantasy Star fans taking a dub, though,
If you want an RPG with amazing space exploration, you have to look to Mass Effect, sadly. Which is Western.
Yep, exactly. Because
that depends on which Mass Effect, though. Because if you're going from, I think for me personally, 1 and 2 were the best. And then 3 was decent, and then Andromeda was kind of abandoned essentially. Like it could have been good, but they just left it alone. 1 and 2.
I don't hear many people say they prefer 1 over 3, even with 3's original ending.
I liked 1 more because it was more sci-fi, because you had the laser pistol and it wasn't like you're recharging ammo and stuff like that. To me, that just felt more sci-fi than I can just put a clip in and just continue shooting like a Call of Duty, I guess, or God of War, or Gears of War. So that's what I liked more about 1. It felt more sci-fi than the others.
So
the only people that fucks with Mass Effect 1 are Xbox. Let's talk about it.
Go ahead, Shadow. What are you trying to say?
So basically, sci-fi settings need to make JRPGs great again, or something like that. I don't know what else.
Trump.
There's a lot of untapped potential there for sure.
Yeah, we need space exploration, and then we need it in that anime JRPG format. I need it like that. Okay.
So Final Fantasy 17 in space.
No, it's funny.
They should.
Layer.
They already gave you one with Final Fantasy 13, and you niggas didn't like it.
He's right. He's right. Although Riku, in your words, Xbox niggas like 13.
I wonder why.
Oh man. So Star Ocean 6 sits at what does it sit at on Metacritic? I think it sits at a 70 something. Let me see.
I heard it dropped to like a 69 or some shit.
No,
like
it's 73 for PS5. PS4 has nothing, and PC also has nothing. So it's just PS5.
Oh, you mean the only console that matters? Okay.
Yeah, 73. Unfortunately, kind of sounds about right. I'd probably give it a high, maybe 78. I'll have to see. I have to play more. Maybe if the story picks up and the characters stay good.
Hold up.
Might have to give it that easy 8. Yeah.
You giving this an easy 8?
Oh, here we go.
Do you feel that this should be a 78 on Metacritic, in your opinion?
Yeah, 78 sounds about right.
But you don't think that Sonic Frontier should be at least a 75?
Oh, God. Of course.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
but
you don't know, man. Sonic Frontiers is like a wild card. Like this is more consistent. We don't know what's gonna go on down with that game.
Consistently mid, but here's the thing: Sonic has been consistently mid for a very long time. It has not been until Sonic Mania.
I forgot
And
Blake has back up this week. Xavier's also a Sonic boy.
Oh my guy.
I mean,
Sonic Generations?
I would say Riku hasn't played Gens, and Riku said because they're reusing levels from Gens and Frontiers, he's never going to play Gens.
Please, no.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
Damn straight.
kidding me.
That's what I'm saying. Riku's a retard, bro. Like,
God.
Riku, if you play
Hey,
Generations, I'll
hold
play
up.
Generations.
You haven't played it either? That game's awesome.
Wait, you
What?
haven't
Technically, I have. I just didn't play much, like 5 hours.
Dude,
If-
you
like I
could beat
said,
the game in 5 hours.
Like I said, if Blake can skip Trails in the Sky, I can skip Generations.
Dude, look, this is coming from a classic Sonic elitist. Modern Sonic pops off.
I was
in
about to say
Generations.
the fact you liked Mania so much, Generations is Mania for 3D Sonic games.
Yeah, like I preferred Modern Sonic to classic and Generations. Like every time I go back,
I
to
don't
that
know,
game,
man. That
Modern
Temple Run
was-
bullshit, that shit don't be fucking with me, bro.
there's a good amount of 3D platforming. Surprisingly, I think that is like some of the highest tier of 3D Sonic. Generations, like his level design is.
I'm pretty sure Generations
incredible.
right now, I think, is still the best rated Sonic game on Metacritic.
Okay, I think we were
Really?
still talking about Star Ocean. I don't know how we got on to Sonic.
I
You-
mean,
you talking about
sequel,
3D?
My boy.
You said best 3D rated Sonic game?
Pretty sure.
Oh my god, we're still doing. All right.
All
right.
Well, we do have a Sonic Super Chat before we switch off.
Sebastian was super chat saying, "I bet $20
My
that
nigga,
Sonic
hold
don't
up,
reach
hold
70."
up. No, fuck
Hold up.
that.
Hold
Nigga,
on,
Sonic Adventure
Oh my
2
God.
on the Sega
Oh my
Dreamcast on
God.
Metacritic has an 89, my nigga.
Man, why don't we put a good Sonic game higher? Come on, let's go.
Wait, I thought you were a Sonic Adventure 2
Back to
fanboy.
Sebastian's Super Chat.
Yeah, back to the super chat.
Sebastian bet $20, aka that's gonna be Shadow's $20, because Shadow's is gonna say, "Yeah, sure, I'll bet $20," and then just knock on this boy's door when it goes south.
He wants to bet $20 that Sonic doesn't reach a 7. I don't know about that. Doesn't reach a
Wait, who?
70?
Wait, who wants to bet? I'll take that easy money. What the fuck?
Sebastian.
Sebastian, you've been goofy since day one. I will gladly take your money.
Hey
there
man,
too,
you heard him, Sebastian, slide into his DMs, and that's a bet right there.
Slide into my DMs at Riku-san1 on Twitter. Let's get it going.
And there's another super chat from Ace,
bro, you
but
better
not
pump
important,
that shit
so.
up. Pump that shit up.
No, read that shit. Read it out.
Ace said Ace said Adventure Slander. Let's go. Yeah, Adventure Slander. Yeah.
Adventure-
Wow.
Adventure
How you gonna
Slander.
disrespect
Oh,
this nigga's
man.
200 pennies like that? Let me go ahead and read this shit for you.
Oh my goodness.
Sonic Adventure 2 slander. Let's go.
Turn it up. Oh,
Brr, brr, brr,
my God.
brr. But no, like I said,
Do you
Sonic
hear all these
Adventure
fake
2
Sonic fans about? That's crazy.
Whoa. You remember, I love Sonic Adventure 2. I just like Sonic Adventure 1 a bit more.
Yeah.
My point is,
and you like
hold
shitty
up, hold
big
up,
fucking
hold up.
furry cats. Yeah.
Sonic Adventure 2 is the highest rated 3D Sonic game. You are wrong, Blake. Hold your L.
So, Shao,
You
do
can hold my
just wanna
nutsack.
talk about this Sonic
Lord.
trailer since we're already talking about Sonic?
I guess. I freaking guess. I mean, we were talking about Star Ocean. We weren't quite.
We are done with
just-
Star Ocean.
Listen,
we are
stop-
done with Star Ocean.
listen,
Okay.
Give the game that's better than Xenoblade 3. It's okay. I'm not going that far.
Dislikes going.
This is y'all niggas.
Can we get those dislikes going, chat? We're only at 0. I'll start. Okay. All right. I got one dislike going. Let's go, chat. Let's go.
I'm not going that far, but yeah, we could talk about Sonic Frontiers.
There's a new gameplay trailer that everyone's creaming their pants over.
Let's go. That boy Sonic got hands.
Yo, he got
Let's
the
talk
kicks,
about it.
bro. He got the
He got
kicks.
hands. He's got kicks.
He's got the
fucking-
chain, the homing combo.
He's got the
He's over
sword.
here doing Maximum Spider from Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yo, got the
He's
after
got-
images, shadow clone jutsu.
Mhm. He's got
You
the
three
Sonic
are
boom. He's
talking right
basically
now, and all
doing
I
a
hear is my.
He's got his signature move. The Sonic Boom is basically a Tatsumaki spinning wave
Bro,
kick. It's
holy
fucking this boy Sonic out here, bro.
Yo,
Sonic is out here.
Sonic
This
kick
is what
ass.
this is what the fuck I wanted from Sonic for a very long time. Sonic Adventure started with Sonic getting a little more combat with the spin dash, the ancient attack, Lightspeed Dash and all of that stuff. Sonic Adventure 2 added the fire. I used it. And then he had the fire, the fire somersault in Sonic Adventure 2. And then in Sonic Heroes, he had the little Sonic Cyclone. He was getting
not Sonic Heroes.
Point is, Sonic slowly but surely in 3D Sonic has been getting, combat related moves.
But
and I was like, man, I would. Go ahead.
Remember when the Werehog does combat, it's bad.
Well, I haven't played Sonic Unleashed, so I'm not gonna talk
You
about
should.
that one.
Also, this is a super chat from Sebastian. You yourself should read.
Oh God, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Sonic Adventure 2 is trash, almost as bad as Cold Steel. Yeah, see, this is why I want to take your money, because Sonic Adventure 2 is not trash, and neither is Cold Steel. See me in my DMs.
This boy Riku said, "This is why I invite niggas, bro."
Crazy.
Super
Anyway,
chat from Night Fury real quick. That cyberspace DJ mix sounds really good. Yeah, the music for Frontiers, really good.
The
Really good,
lo-fi
really good.
fishing music
It's
was beautiful.
it's definitely the same people that composed Forces soundtrack, aka the best thing about Forces.
yeah. So yeah, Sonic has been getting more combat related moves over his 3D career, and this from a combat standpoint, I love me some Sonic battle. So like I've always wanted Sonic to just get more like combat related moves. He's in Smash, we know he can fight, but like
I mean, so can half the people in Smash. It's just that a lot of like Samus, like they just
really Captain Falcon. Come on now. Outside of Smash, you didn't know really. I mean, didn't he have like an anime? He could do something in there.
Yeah, he
like,
Falcon Punch in the anime.
He has a gun on his waist that he doesn't use.
But what about in his like actual game? Does he do any combat or showcase anything?
No. He sits in a car.
All you know is that he's a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what about fucking Isabelle from goddamn Animal Crossing?
Oh yeah, bro. You still wish you arced the back?
Oh my.
Oh my God.
Point is, I'm here for the combat in Sonic Frontier, and the trailer only made me more hype for it. This game is getting a 75 easy.
Easy 75.
Much
for
higher.
sure.
Easy 75. Easy.
I don't know. Like I was watching a video from I forget his name.
Don't say IGN. Don't say IGN.
No, some guy named Johnny. I think that's his name.
Oh, some call me Johnny.
Some call me Johnny.
yeah.
Some call me Johnny. I was watching
guy. Yeah.
I was watching his video, and he said like after like an hour, he was just fatigued. He was done.
Oh, he's weak.
Fuck
That's
that
why.
motherfucker.
Oh my God, Blake! You were just like, oh my God, Johnny.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I love Johnny.
not
That's
Johnny
okay.
slander.
He's just weak. It's fine.
That's my guy.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I'm inclined to believe him.
After 6 hours of Bayonetta, you don't hear me bitching and complaining.
So all of this positive feedback you've been hearing from people that have played the game early, and this one nigga,
Oh my God.
one nigga named Johnny.
Y'all were sucking
not-
off Johnny
what's
10
that little
seconds
neck on his
ago.
face?
I don't really know about this game. And Shadow's all up on his nuts. Haha! Finally, the guy that has
Why are you? Hold
sir.
on, Riku. Why are you defending this game so much? What's going on? You were so mellow about it before. Now you want to defend it till you die? What's going on here, sir?
Hold on. I was the one nigga that was never mellow about Sonic Frontiers.
Yes, you were.
Everybody,
What are you
go
talking
back.
about, sir?
Go back to all of
You were
our.
like you weren't sure. You weren't sure at all, and you was like,
I said, no.
Yeah.
You can go back. No, see, because here's the thing. Blake was here, Lady Pelvic was here, and we were talking about the first IGN show that they showed off where he was slow. And the only thing that I said was, I need to see more. I didn't say anything good. I didn't say anything bad. That was Lady Pelvic that was talking about. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yo, that's exactly how she sounds.
started talking about Sonic's history and shit. And I'm like, blah blah blah. Point is, I said you can go back and listen to it. Somebody pull up the clip. All I said was, I need to see more. It was mostly Blake and Lady Pelvic that were talking about their feelings on what was shown. IGN did a bad showing. Everybody knew it. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Apparently, Sega just gave them that shitty ass footage. But point is, we've seen more, and it's better.
I will say it's running at that glorious 60 frames. This looks like it's more
It's
than 60
almost
frames.
like Shadow. If you give a game enough time to develop, it'll improve its performance.
Hey man, blame IGN.
Maybe waiting for
Or
more
blame
was the
Sega.
right choice. I don't know. Pelvic and Blake might have been on some with that one. I was kind of in the same boat too. I was like, show me more. But I saw more. Game looks great. I'm excited.
I'm to the point now where it's like, all right, game's out in a week. Don't show me anymore. Just stop. Because
Yeah,
they're
I
gonna
agree with
show
that
like,
too.
be like, oh, in the final fight, you get to play as Dark Red Nutsack Sonic, and he gets to fight against the Demon Lord Emperor, and like, no, just don't show me anymore. The fact that you showed us Super Sonic to confirm the leaks was cool, but no, show me anymore.
I haven't even seen this trailer
Talk
we're showing
about-
right now.
Talk about Super Sonic's a spoiler.
I don't think he is.
No,
if they showed him.
Super Sonic's not a spoiler, but the way they showed it lines up perfectly with the leaks. So it's, to the average person, cool. To the people who know, oh my.
Okay. I assume Super Sonic's going to be in the Sonic game if it's there.
Keep in mind, Super Sonic, this is the first time Super Sonic has appeared since Generations.
Forces, he was. I mean, you could play as Super Sonic.
You can play as him in Colors and Forces, but he has no story relevance, and there's no Chaos Emeralds in those games.
All right, I feel that. I get that. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like this, I think this game is just gonna be good. This is gonna be so good. Like the combat looks great. The cyberspace levels. It looks like Sonic's Odyssey because you've got like this big open.
Actually,
map
yeah, that's a great way to put it. Yeah.
And then the actual levels within the world that play like a typical Sonic or Mario game, and it's gonna be so good, dude. This game's gonna be.
In the words of David Hayter, that's some good ass Sonic.
And it's the story's written by Ian Flynn. If anyone here has read the comics, like that dude knows what he's doing. His writing is impeccable. So I already know that story's gonna be heat.
Real quick, got a super chat from Night Fury saying, Riku acting like how religious people do when their faith gets restored.
Preaching the good word.
Correction about the whole Ian Flynn thing. Technically, he did not write the story.
Wait a minute. Hold on one second. Is this game coming to PC?
Doing everything, bro.
It's
not an Epic Game Store exclusive, unlike Colors.
I did not see. I gotta make sure the Steam page.
It's on the
is
Steam
up.
page. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Cool. Keep going.
Nice.
Yeah. As far as I heard, technically he is not writing like the core story. It is more so the dialogue that takes place within the story.
Okay.
The dialogue that takes place within the story for the English version of the game, he is in charge of, apparently.
Oh, okay. So he's not, that doesn't mean much.
I'd still like to say that's a big deal because the character interactions and like how Sonic's written is all,
So
the way you phrase that, Riku, does that mean he's more or less translating from someone
what it
else
seems
in
like,
Japanese?
Yeah. So
I think it's
as
more
so it's not really him.
As far as what I'm hearing, the dialogue that the Japanese version of the game is going to have is going to be different than what the dialogue is going to be in the version that we have, and not a like one-to-one and not a one-to-one translation type of thing. Like they said that the
censor box, as Q would say,
not necessarily.
God damn it.
Apparently, what they're going for is they said that the way that Sonic acts in the IDW comics is what they want Ian Flynn to, write Sonic's dialogue to line up more to for us, since we're used to that Sonic and Sega approves of that Sonic. But apparently they don't want that IDW version of Sonic in the Japanese version that they currently have right now. Whatever version of that Sonic is over there in Japan, they want to keep it that way, but they want the IDW version, how he acts in Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah, and I've looked at some of the dialogue, but comparing like scenes, how it is in the English and the Japanese versions, and it is pretty different. But I think pretty interesting.
Don't tell the censorship crowd; they'll lose their minds.
It's weird because I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if I would call it censorship because it's like
that's my point. I'm trying to make these people go up in flames if it's different than the Japanese.
Yeah.
It's good,
which is weird. It's more.
It's
some people said they're looking forward to seeing the differences on how Sonic acts in both the Japanese and English version. I'm sure someone's gonna, these crazy YouTube Sonic pages. They're probably gonna make a direct translation of all of the dialogue that's Sonic version.
It's ridiculous.
And make a long ass video about how is this Sonic different from that Sonic? A 45-minute video analysis.
Yo, hold
Let's
on.
break it down.
Yo, hold on.
Hey, we got a super chat real quick from Sebastian saying, "Game would be better if Ken Panders wrote it." Was it Ken Panders, that shitty guy who
I told
wrote?
you this nigga Sebastian needs all of his money taken.
Ken
Just keep on
Penders.
giving us money.
Okay.
Ken.
Okay. So yeah, Sonic Frontiers is
I'm
looking
locking the
better each time. Do we want to lock in this bet?
Yes, sir.
What?
Yes, sir.
Please reiterate the bet or put down details again. I gotta have my lawyer look through it real quick. Go ahead.
Alrighty.
Is Ace Breaker in the Ace Breaker is in the chat?
Ace
So
Breaker's in the chat. Ace wanted to get in on this.
So Q backed out, right? So
Yeah,
I'm
Q's
backing
got
out.
no money.
pussy ass. So the bet originally was $50. It was originally Q, Shadow, and Bow versus me, Blake, and Ace Breaker. Everybody was supposed to take $50 and put it in the basket, and whichever side wins, the other side pays their $50 to their respective person on the other side. And it was for 75 on Metacritic or higher. We win 74 or lower. You guys win. We didn't discuss if it's solidified or, as soon as we see it, all of that stuff. We didn't get to that point yet. And now Q is backed out. So we may need to readjust this a tad. I think Bao said he's still in it. Me and Blake are still in it. We're still waiting on what Shadow has to say. Ace just said in the chat, "I'm here." He's still. I think he's still in it. So what's going on here? Shadow, how you feeling right now?
I went over this contract, my lawyers, and you see the fine print right there. Yeah, make sure we get that detail and send it out there. Okay, my lawyers want to know exactly what the time frame is for this bet here.
Like now?
As soon as it drops, or as soon as the embargo lifts, do we want to wait a couple of days?
When the Metacritic score is solidified, I guess.
And
how long do you consider Metacritic score to be solidified then?
Exactly.
That's when all the reviews are out, right?
That's it. For a game to be solidified, most of the time I see it, within a week of the day the embargo lifts is usually whatever that is usually what it stays at. There have been very, very, very small times where I see it like jump up 1 point or down a point a month after embargo.
My lawyer said that Persona 5 Royal came out on PC and it was at a 97 on Metacritic, but now it's dropped down to 96. We have to make sure this stuff is solidified here.
I mean, okay, well, simple enough. We said 75 or over. You guys are going for 75 or 74 or below. If it drops like a year from now, I'll give you $20. Like,
yeah, I agree with that. If it's say it's not a 75 and it solidifies, and you give us the money, and then like one random review 3 months after, some guy's like, this game is garbage, 3 out of 10, and that drops it to 74, then we will come back.
I'll refund it. I'll run it back.
Yeah, we will refund it back. I will be checking it over the months to see if it stays there.
Because if let's say we bet so let's say it lands a 75, and then like 2 weeks later it goes down to 74. Like,
well, I'm willing to make at least a week out.
That's fair.
And obviously vice versa. If it hits a 74 and we guys pay you, and then it bumps up to a 75.
Do we know when the embargo lifts?
I think it's Monday.
It's Friday?
Monday.
It's Monday, the day before the game comes out?
No, wait.
Is it Friday?
I thought the game comes out next week.
It comes out Tuesday.
The game comes out next week, Tuesday?
Yeah, and God of War is Wednesday for some weird reason.
Yeah.
So they're not even giving a couple of days before embargo lifts. Interesting.
I would assume that all the reviewers already have their copy and they're playing it right now.
But the embargo doesn't lift until the day before it comes out.
According to this, the embargo is expected to release early Monday morning next week, which is the day before release.
Interesting.
Usually when an embargo is really tied close to the release of a game, it usually is the game probably is trash. At least
Interesting.
Go for it.
Here's the thing, right? Like for me personally speaking, like I still think the game looks like trash. Like I don't care what everyone's saying. Like I don't like that.
You're backing out of the bet. You're backing out of the bet.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The thing with that is that I'm a logical thinking person with regards to this. I think a lot of reviewers are not logical. I think they go on emotion. They're like, well, I like Sonic, so I'm gonna give it an 80.
What reviewers don't like Sonic?
Since when the fuck did they keep that energy with any other reviewed Sonic game outside of Sonic Mania?
I've seen some trash games get high ratings, so I'm just saying, you know.
But this is Sonic.
Wait, did Biomutant get a high rating?
Pardon?
Wait, what?
Biomutant.
No, oh my god.
Wait, Biomutant again?
Oh my god. Remember his
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
No way. He's memeing. He has to be. Chat.
Okay. All right. So I will say what you said. 75 or higher, you guys win. 74 or lower, we win.
Yep.
And Bao, you're on my side. There are
Correct.
So Bao, you're sticking to it. You think it's gonna you think it's good, like you think reviewers are not gonna like this game enough to give it like a high enough rating.
All right. I'll say I'm in. So
Alrighty.
So the game comes. The embargo lifts on Monday the 7th. By November 14th, that's when we have to do some transactional transfers and stuff. All right.
Sounds fine to me.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Here
You
we
thought me
Wait.
pussy, you.
Wait, before we lock it in, how much are we betting?
As far as I remember, it was 50.
I thought it was 50.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
aren't the teams in balance because isn't Ace going to be a part of it?
All right. That's
50
true.
50 is 100. All right. So me, Riku, and Ace will split that 3 ways then. How are we? What's the best?
I thought
way to do
Ace was
that?
on our side, or was he not?
Huh?
No, Ace thinks Frontiers is going to be good.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought he was on
Ace
our
is-
side the whole time.
No, I'm
Never
the one
mind.
that was supposed to be on your side. but then,
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
All right. So I'll give $33. Riku will give $34. Ace will give $33. All right. That equals the
Lord?
100. And then we'll split that up.
Alrighty.
All right.
I guess we'll have to do it.
All right. Bao, you ready to make this money?
Oh, I've been ready.
All right.
Bao's hatred for modern Sonic is just.
I have no hatred.
You know what the
Sonic did
interesting
this
thing
to
is?
himself.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
what's interesting is I'm
your lack of
rooting. I'm rooting for this game. Actually, I want it to succeed. I want it to be good, but I'm just betting
that's
it's probably the reviewers aren't gonna feel that way.
I think that's the problem with modern gaming is that people want games to be so good that they're willing to give bad games a pass.
Like
And
13
that's the
Sentinels.
problem.
I mean, like we have all this
Wait.
history. We have all this
No, you
history
did
with
not.
Sonic,
What?
so
What?
it's interesting.
When has
What?
that
Oh,
been
sorry.
the case for Sonic?
Sorry about your mic was cut. I didn't hear anything.
I heard what you said, sir.
Yeah, you guys were saying.
Anyway, all right. So I think that's Sonic. We got the bets locked in. We will
sir.
reconvene on the next podcast. I think it's the next podcast.
Yeah, it'll be out by the time we do the next
because we're
podcast.
definitely not because we're definitely not going to be doing a podcast next week. So
Yeah, so-
You guys
yeah.
want to do Pokemon
And
Metacritic
recap.
bets?
Ah man,
When does Pokemon drop again?
18th.
18.
Oh,
wow.
Yes, sir. 18 more days of high-end duck and spoilers.
All right. So what's our next topic here? We got. Let's see. All right. I'll say a quick segue topic. Square Enix thinks pretty much Japan ain't worth shit no more, and that they have to switch their marketing strategy to a more global market.
To be fair, they've already started this.
I know, that's right. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, didn't they already been doing this? Like they lost Japan for like the longest time. But
I think it's a shame since, in my opinion, those more Japanese-oriented games are usually better than their Western ones. But obviously, that's my opinion. That could change depending on who you ask. But yeah, it's a shame since obviously they're a Japanese company, and to think that their own home market does so unwell that they have to look westward to make a profit. At least they think that way is a shame. But I feel like there's plenty of examples of games still selling in Japan. You just have to make them right. Like people that say turn-based RPGs are dead. Then you look at Persona. You just got to make it right.
how well did Triangle Strategy do?
I know it's towards the top of this charts, but let me look up an exact number.
Ace traded it in, so it probably didn't do that well.
Remember, Ace is a special individual, so you know
He is pretty special. These Adventure 1 fans, you gotta coddle them.
Oh, a better adventure game.
And then
All right, whatever you say, buddy.
Triangle Strategy sold 800,000 worldwide.
That's not bad.
And
It
funny
came out this
enough,
year.
only 200,000 of that was in Japan and Asia.
But when they're counting that, are they counting that for when it came out for a Switch exclusive, or when it also came to the PC as well later down the line? Like
This is like old numbers.
I'll say,
so
well, it
it's
just came. It
essentially-
just came to PC like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
that sounds
So
about right.
so essentially, those numbers don't really matter at this point in time. Like if they're
800,000?
basing- No, I mean they don't matter in the sense that if they're basing their opinion on a Switch exclusive game that they had originally as an exclusive, I should say, or timed exclusive, then
Also-
that's poor class essentially.
To clarify, those are within 2 weeks. That 800,000.
No, that's actually not bad. Actually.
Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I think I would say for a JRPG that's not like Final Fantasy or Persona to sell like 1 million copies within a year, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think Square Enix needs to dial it back when it comes to their requirements on these games.
The problem is that, like with almost everything in for humans, is that everyone compares themselves to someone else. You know, people compare themselves to other people. Developers compare themselves to other developers. Companies compare themselves to other companies, and it's all about shareholders and money at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
it makes logical sense that they should just dial it back and think, okay, this is a JRPG and this is what you should expect from something like this. But they're not thinking that way, unfortunately.
I also wonder if Square thinks that they're non-Final Fantasy, non-Kingdom Hearts, all those adjacent games. I wonder if they think that they're a lot bigger than they actually are. Because I know when it came to Neo: The World Ends With You last year, like that, they did not advertise that game at all. It's like they just like expected the game to sell itself, and it's like
On Twitter,
The
market
World
it,
Ends
yeah.
With You has like a good cult following and all that, but still, it is still fairly niche. Like you do gotta like let people know that this game exists. Like I wonder if they just have too high expectations for their own properties.
It also recently dropped on Steam, and like no one even knew it was coming out on Steam.
Shadow dropped. I gotta watch my favorite game from last year flop twice, bro. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. It's not.
Also,
fair.
Dream Chaser in the chat brings up a good question about Dragon Quest, which is like the JRPG
All
in Japan.
right, yeah.
But we've already seen 12. From what little we know, is also taking a more rugged, dark approach, which may be more Western inspired as well.
Yeah, that's a problem. But Square Enix does hold a lot of like beloved IPs, and for them to change it up just to appeal to a global market, we might lose like some type of the spirit of the game.
I think switching to a more global market is going to lose them something in the end. I think because of the fact that they're considering, okay, we're going to switch to a global market and we're going to gain new people. They're not considering they're going to lose people as well. So you're going to gain some people, maybe some people who may have wanted a more action-oriented JRPG or whatever have you. But in the end, you will lose fans of stuff that like specific things. Over time, eventually, it's just probably going to wane on some people. I say some people because a lot of people accept whatever they get and they're like, well, because the name of my favorite game is on this, I'll buy it anyway. It doesn't matter. But at the end of it, hopefully people get some common sense with time. With time comes wisdom. I have very little hope for humanity, though.
Okay.
And some would argue that Final Fantasy 16 is the epitome of this, though. That could be debated.
That's true. You might be right about that. Okay. That's a weird strategy from Square Enix, but they're gonna do what they're gonna do. How are we feeling about this Resident Evil 4 remake gameplay? I haven't even looked at it myself because I feel like at this point I'm just gonna buy it no matter what. It's gonna be in
It's Resident Evil 4, right? Yeah. So
I saw people flipping out about Leon blocking a chainsaw with a butter knife or something. I was like, that's cool. I'll get to it when
I think it was it his knife or his pistol?
What?
I
it was
don't
his
know.
pistol. Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to even. Wait a minute. Was it?
Yeah, they
the
gave
chase?
you a parry thing. No.
Also, Shadow. You'll be happy to know that the line is still in the game. Where's everybody going? Bingo.
Oh, that's great. But wait a minute.
That is the only line I wanted them to bring back.
But wait a minute. What
Resident
about
Evil 4
what are
has
you
so many good
buying?
ones.
Isn't that?
Well, that'll definitely
He's
be
there.
in because if you remember, Resident Evil 8, the merchant in that he says, "What are you buying?" is something a friend of mine used to say. So,
Oh, right, yeah. Merch for Resident Evil.
definitely.
Actually, we saw he has new lines too, in the little new crafting thing. I think they showed off.
I'm super excited for RE4 remake. I just really hope that it can compare to the original.
I hope it does too. Like I think I've said this before. Like I know this is not going to be a perfect 1-for-1 remake. They're going to cut out some stuff. They're going to add some stuff. I just hope the stuff that they don't cut out isn't
people
relevant. You know.
Weren't people crying on Twitter about some dog? You want to talk about that?
Oh yeah, the dog that you can save that helps you with the boss fight. By the time you get to his trap, he's just dead. So that entire part of the game is gone.
Some people are saying maybe he just like arrived later. They changed the thing around.
Is that'd
be shitty if you have like 100 like seconds or whatever in game to actually get up there. That would be fucked.
Well, I hope that's not too much of a big deal for people. I'm thinking this remake is going to be good. I hope it's in line for Resident Evil 2. And like I said back in the day, I'm really glad that Resident Evil 2 came out when it did, and then Resident Evil 3 came out, because that game is dog shit for a Resident Evil 3 remake.
So, Shadow.
And Devil's not here to defend it.
Metacritic predictions for this Resident Evil remake. Let's talk about
let's get the Sonic one out the way first.
Let's clarify also that the A team that made RE2 remake is making this, not the B team that made 3.
Oh, okay, so that's even better.
So what is this? An easy 90 on Metacritic?
I feel like it should be easy, higher than that.
Yeah, I think it should be like
90. Should it be an easy 95?
What did 2 make get on?
I think
on Metacritic
90 something.
Also, I have a question for you, RE guys. How would you feel if they got rid of the quick time events and cutscenes and stuff?
I feel like, okay, so at the time, the quick time events were great because, you know, they were just popping off back then. As time moved forward, quick time events got really annoying and tiresome. To bring it back for the remake, I would say I would like it for it to come back, because that's Resident Evil 4 for you, you know? If they take it out, I'm not, you know, too upset about it, but it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, they were definitely
I think
like bigger during that time, because that was like the way they kind of blurred the line between games and like movies. Like, how do you get people involved during the cutscenes? Put a button prompt, you know, and we don't really need that anymore. But then again, it was a big part of Resident Evil 4's identity, so it could go either way.
I feel like nowadays it's not like necessarily needed per se, but also in the same vein is that with like how we are with games nowadays, you can make some really flashy QuickTime events.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Like, I don't want to be that guy. Honestly, Shaq, if you could just mute Riku for this next person, because he might actually have a spasm. But CyberConnect makes great QuickTime
motherfucker
for
here's
Ninja
the thing,
Storm
though,
and
Blake.
stuff,
You remember
Alcer's
Blake?
Wrath and
Blake, you motherfucker.
Oh, should I unmute him? Is he talking to me?
Yeah. He's definitely talking to you.
All right, Riku, speak. What were you saying, bro? Sorry.
I will choke slam you through this motherfucking.
Okay, I'm gonna have to mute you again, but yeah, that's malicious against my character.
Wait, hold up! Before you mute me, I want to tell you.
Yeah.
To shut the fuck up. No, here's the thing.
Yeah, all right. Here we go.
Whoa. Remember how the things I give CyberConnect credit for. 1, it's doing things flashy. 2, it is their cell shaded CG. Oh no, they're cell shaded graphics, right? And 3, JoJo's All-Star Battle and Asura's Wrath. Those are the things that I give CyberConnect credit for. Storm is wishy-washy, and literally every
Storm slander. Storm is not wishy-washy. Storm. I'm not here for that.
It's just let him finish. We understand that Riku's wrong, but it's fine. Just,
yeah.
Storm is wishy-washy, and so no, I give them credit for Asura's Wrath. They definitely did QuickTime events great in that game, so I give you that.
Okay.
Hey, thanks. But yeah, TLDR, we went off topic. Just I feel like QTEs can be made a lot more flashy. And I'm sure Resident Evil fans would just have an aneurysm because they hate anything that's not horror. But it'd be cool if like Leon leaned more into like his Devil May Cry origins in this game with like some of the QTEs, like make it flashy.
So stupid if they did that.
Hey, listen, listen. He's parrying a chainsaw with a pistol. All right, listen, it's already goofy as it is.
All right. So that's Resident Evil 4. I think that's all the talk I want to talk about. We talked about Persona 5, right? And there is releases.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good to go. We got any other topics we want to talk about, people in the chat? Anything else?
Yes.
Or
Yeah, I have something we can talk about.
oh god, here we
no.
go.
No.
So lately, Nihon Falcom and NIS America announced that the PlayStation 5 version of Ys 9 Münchstromnix does exist, and it shall be coming out next year. So that's great. They also announced that the Ys 8 PlayStation 5 version.
Riku, shut up. Wait, we got a super chat. $50. Wait. Just sending some love to the best motherfucker JRPG podcast.
Let's
Y'all
go!
stay blessed. Okay, that's 5. There's around 6 of us. You divide that by 5. I'm gonna crunch some numbers.
Let's
Riku,
go!
you get back to...
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you so much.
Aaron, we appreciate you out here in these JRPG streets, recognizing the awesomeness that is the HPMP JRPG podcast. We love you.
And if you guys are enjoying, don't forget to like the podcast. That is free, and it helps out a lot.
Helps out a lot, people. Helps out a lot. Thank you very much for the super chat, Aaron Harrington. You are much appreciated. Thank you.
No one else. It's just you, bro. All right. As you were saying, Riku.
So so Ys 9 Münchstromnix coming to PlayStation 5 next year, right? The Ys 8 version the Ys 8 PlayStation 5 version will now be the best version of the game, and it comes out this December. 120 frames per second. That's cool. And I can assume that the Ys 9 version will be as well. I'm assuming that moving forward, these next gen versions of Falcon games are probably going to be targeting 120 frames per second, which is cool. I'm not sure if Hajimari, aka Reverie, next year will be 120 frames. Don't necessarily need it on a turn-based game, but from the positive
think of the
reception,
turbo.
people, I know, right? Jesus Christ. People seem to like it when Persona 5 came out recently with 60 frames, right? Turn-based game.
Yes, sir.
They just care about their game looking and moving smoothly. It doesn't matter if it is gameplay importance or not. They just want to see their game moving smooth. So with that, bring it. I would like to see it in Hajimari. And probably the Kudo games are probably the ones out of any Trails games that would probably benefit from it more, since it has that action side of it.
Oh yeah, I heard some light controversy going on about Koro 2, about Renee and then her new outfit or new costume, DLC costume. Is that a thing, or is that just
I didn't hear
people
about
being
this.
stupid?
I vaguely heard about that, but I didn't hear any positive or negative things about it. I just
Sounds goofy to me.
heard about it.
Yeah, it sounds bad, goofy. It doesn't really matter. Like whatever she's wearing, I saw what she was wearing. It wasn't that big of a deal. I don't know what people are talking about.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know about that. I just wanted to throw it all out. More Falcom games.
Oh my god. Tell them to get East 10 and then we can talk.
You're probably going to see something about Ys 10 next year.
Hopefully it's not on an island again.
Isn't that all
It most
these
likely
games?
will. There's only 2 Ys games that take place on an island, okay? The island of Ys itself on Ys 2 and Ys 8
Spoilers.
in this Aaron Island. That's the only 2. So you stop that. That narrative is not a thing.
All right.
Now the narrative of him getting shipwrecked, that's something you can complain about. Is Adol going to get shipwrecked in the next Ys game? We'll find out soon enough.
Found out in the next Dragon Ball Z. All right, so I think that's a podcast. I got all the topics. Again, chat or anybody, we have anything more to talk about? I'm ready to wrap this up.
Sounds good.
We could talk about the fact that I got swindled, duped, and bamboozled into streaming Dead Space tonight.
Oh yeah, my boy Blake
I may tune in.
Yeah, let's go.
I
can't wait for this.
This is the first time you're playing it?
So, for those who don't know in the chat, I got laid off from a job, so I did a desperate thing and said, listen, y'all want me to play Dead Space? I'll play it if we hit this donation goal. We hit the donation goal literally on the last day. I'm happy about it. And so, yeah, in about 40 minutes, me and that boy Salty Salty are going to be streaming Dead Space. Ace wants the lights in my room to be off. I'm like, all right, bro.
Yes, sir.
You like to see how dark I really am, but all right.
Oh,
we're gonna have lights off in the room. It's just gonna be spooky Dead Space, and I booted up on my PC. Not a mouse and keyboard game.
And you definitely this is your first time playing it, right?
Yes, I've never played Dead Space. I know nothing about them. Like I'm literally going in blind. I just know that it's space.
You're in for a treat.
What time are you starting this?
About half hour from now.
50 minutes from now. Okay, cool. I can make that.
All right, I'll be there. I'll be playing Star Ocean in the background. All right, let's get to these. Let's get to these outros. I mean, not Xenoblade 3. Let's get to these outros. Go ahead, Blake.
Right, it has been that time. I didn't get I guess I did get an intro, but I came late. Except that I was gonna make a joke there. That's fine. So it's your boy Westtown HD. You can find me over at twitch.tv/Westtown HD. Of course, that's where we'll be streaming Dead Space in about a half hour from now. Don't miss it. I'll be sure to drop the link a few times in the chat throughout these outros, just in case anybody needs it. And like I said before, completely blind, know nothing about it. If I like the series enough, I'll play the second game, and then I'll play the remake, and we'll go from there. If not, it's gonna be. I have to keep a piss bucket under my desk, but yeah, I'll see hopefully all of you guys later tonight.
All right. Q.
We had a good podcast today. I think because your Band of Dreams. We didn't talk about a lot of waifus today, but not a lot of good JRPGs to talk about at the moment. I think we'll have to wait till Pokemon comes out.
Jesus. All right. Riku.
Riku's the only one people play these goddamn Falcon games. Damn straight.
Zephyr.
Thank you guys for having me again. My name is Zephyr Revolution. You can find me at youtube.com, ZAFFRE Revolution. Currently going through the classic Phantasy Star series. If you're interested in Sega RPGs or indies, I'm the place to be. Thanks for having me, and thanks for tuning in, guys.
All right, and
Lady Pelvic's replacement is welcomed.
Oh man, might be on something with that one.
I mean, he's here and she ain't, but
I could never replace.
Maybe that was her plan from the start.
You, yeah.
That was her plan to get somebody else to replace her. Oh man, yeah, hate to see it. And our temporary host, we appreciate you, Bao. Go ahead, man.
It's been amazing being your true host for the night. We were having a great time without Shadow. Don't tell him what we said about him. Those in the chat, that's our secret.
Hey,
so,
what?
It was another great episode of the HPMP podcast, or as we called it tonight, the Sexy Black Man Halloween Edition.
Hot chocolate, let's go.
Hot chocolate edition.
Wait, is Zephyr black?
Coming out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey.
I ain't gonna lie, you don't sound black.
Oh. Everyone says that. It's okay.
I didn't sound black either, all right? Q's like, they just gonna let this white man say nigga.
Oh my
God damn it. I hate the fact that wasn't a half bad impression. That's the worst part.
All right.
Anyways, we appreciate you guys coming out, and we'll see you next time.
All right, guys. You guys know me, Shadow Lee HD. Get ready for a video on Star Ocean: The Divine Force. You already know I think it's pretty positive. And yeah, that's about it. Might have a video on Persona 5 Royal as well. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Deuces, people.
Bye, everyone.